Magandang hapon Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Para sa ating mga kapatid sa Luzon, mayapag at panapo, naimbaga malen, masanto siyang arem, marahay na hapon. At sa mga taga-Visayas, maayong hapon. Maupay nga kulog sa aking mga kababayan na waray-waray, maayong ugto. At sa Mindanao, assalamualaikum, buenas tardes.
At para naman po sa ating mga panauhin banyaga, good afternoon, annyeonghaseyo, konnichiwa, salamat siyang, shanguhao. Welcome po sa ating mga regular na tagapakinig at tagapanood dito sa Zoom at sa ating Facebook Live. Hello po sa inyong lahat.
Hello Paul, magandang hapon sa iyo at mabuhay ka at nandito tayo magkasama. Welcome sa ating ika-32 or 32nd episode ng the Filipino Sustainable Development Goals Action Hour or SDG Action Hour. Ito po yung ating lingguhang kwentuhan, kamustahan para sa maganda, mabuti, maayos at nakabulhang kinabukasan. Isang oras ng hitik na talakayan ng mga usapin. Ito namang napapanahon, di ba Paul? So magandang hapon sa iyo partner. Kamusta ka naman dyan?
Hey, good afternoon din po, Ma'am Dada. Actually, okay naman po and isang maaraw na hapon naman po para sa mga nasa QC at sa ibang panig po ng Pilipinas. Actually, excited na rin po ako para sa ating 32nd episode ng SDG Hour.
Ako, ano ba yung ating pag-uusapan ngayon, Paul? Paki-chika ko nga sa akin.
Ito nga po, Miss Dada. Isa sa mga exciting topics na mapapakinggan na naman natin ngayong hapon dahil may kinalaman ito sa reforestation o ang kalagayan ng ating mga kagubatan. Ang topic po natin ay entitled The Flight of Galansiyang, Hope for the Philippine and Global Reforestation. Ito nga po, makakwento ko lang. Medyo excited rin po ako para sa topic na ito kasi nung Sunday, kakapalipad lang po namin ng drone sa klase. Kaya nung nalaman ko po na drone flying at reforestation yung topic natin, medyo exciting nga po para sa akin. At sure po, sa iba na rin natin mga kasama na nakikinig ngayon.
At ako, exciting talaga yan, no? Kasi, di ba, yung galansiyang isang klase ng ibon yan, ano? Yan ang ibon, parang na may Asian, yan, nakintab, yan yung sinasabi, no? Exciting nga kung ano kinalalaman ng ibon sa reforestation. Malalaman natin yan mamaya, kaya ipakilala natin ating mga guests, mga panauhin sa habang ito po. Let's start with our first guest. At siya naman po yung magpapakilala sa ating dalawang susunod na guest, no? Pero bago ko siya ipakilala, paalala lang po sa ating mga regular na tagapakinig at tagapanood, kung meron pa yung mga katanungan, mamaya maaari niyo pong isulat dito sa ating Q&A box, sa chat box po, no? Kaya para alam ko excited kayo, marami din kayong mga katanungan later. So atin na pong ipakilala ang ating tagapagpakilala. Siya po ay bahagi rin ng ating Future Earth. No? Regular nating nakakakwentuhan. Kung meron tayong mga nais na plano para sa ating Future Earth, kasama natin yan. No? Currently, he is serving for the second term as the chairperson of the National Research Council of the Philippines, Mindanao Regional Cluster. He is a member of the Harmful Jellyfish Group and Coral Reef Recruitment and Biodiversity Group of the UNESCO International Oceanographic Commission of the Western Pacific Region. Ako, siya rin ang lead person of the Philippine Zooplankton Group under the Southeast Asian Biodiversity Research Program of the Japan Society for the Promotion of Science. Among his important contributions are studies on marine phytoplankton, marine zooplankton, the highly venomous box jellyfish, parang nakakatakot kasi venomous, and the importance of zooplankton in sardines and the marine food web of the northern Zamboanga Peninsula. Ayan. Tagapagpakilala pa lang, may eksperto na, alam na natin. Diba po? Let us all welcome Dr. Efraim P. Metilio. Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Maayong hapon sa lahat. I'd like to extend my warm greetings to our national scientist, Dr. Lourdes Cruz, and other national scientists and academicians of the National Academy of Science and Technology. And of course, I'd like to mention also that we have our Chancellor, Attorney Alicidni Inditukalan, and of course, our guest speaker this afternoon, Mr. J. Arnel Gajudo. Both will be introduced adequately later. So I'll just share a few words before we proceed with our program. We convene this afternoon as supporters of making a smarter, more sustainable, and more resilient Philippines. And through this gathering, I have high hopes that the discussions will address the challenges raised by National Scientist Cruz, which is reversing the decelerating biocapacity of the country. And MSU IIT, or Mindanao State University Iligan Institute of Technology, an SDG-aligned university with its current leadership is up to the challenge and will contribute to attaining the UN SDGs. First, I'd like to thank also to our Vice Chancellor for Public Affairs, Dr. Nancy Chavez, and her staff, Mr. Mark Liao, who suggested the Galansiyang success story as the topic. Mark, or Marky as we fondly call him, helped in contacting the current CEO of Galansiyang, Mr. Gajudo. And this platform is the perfect opportunity for Galansiyang to present and for us to listen to their story. I am personally, I'm committed to the topic at hand because I'm a firm believer that an intact forest in Mindanao or in the entire country is key to the survival of all life forms in the region. I'm a marine scientist, a marine biologist, but I also believe that a healthy forest means healthy coastal and marine waters. And also we have to take care of our watersheds. I'm also a believer that Galansiyang, a homegrown technology and innovation that started as a student special project at MSU IIT, will contribute to ensuring that our dream of having the ideal forest cover in Mindanao and perhaps in the entire country will be a reality. And at this juncture, please allow me to introduce our Chancellor, Professor Attorney Alisidni M.D. Tukalan is MSU IIT's fourth Chancellor. He earned his Juris Doctor at Mindanao State University and his post-Juris Doctor degree in International Economic and Business Law at Kyushu University in Japan. He's the first Filipino long-term scholar of Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, under the Kyushu University's Advanced Program for Legal and Judicial Human Resources Development course, KCCP Country Focus Long-Term Scholarship 2017, and as the first Filipino Young Leaders Program Scholar who was admitted to the doctorate program of Kyushu University. Professor Ditukalan also received his diploma in International Law and Union Laws at Catholic Universiteit Leuven in Belgium. He was awarded the Outstanding MSU IIT Alumni in 2018, Outstanding MSU IIT College of Arts and Social Sciences Alumnus in 2019, Outstanding MSU IIT English Department Alumnus in 2018. He was the former director of the Mindanao State University Legal Division Office, former dean and assistant dean of the College of Law, and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs of MSU Marawi Campus. So everyone, please welcome Chancellor Attorney Alisidni Ditukalan.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor Prime. It's indeed an honor to be with you this afternoon, facing outstanding individuals who have really contributed so much to saving the earth. And I'm so proud that for the first time, I'll have the opportunity to, at least virtually, to meet an outstanding alumnus of the university, no? Mr. Gajudo. I'm so proud of you. I heard a lot about your innovations. And so allow me to say a few words for today's conversations. MSU IIT has made remarkable initiatives in pursuit of sustainable development goals. these initiatives are testament to the university's commitment to creating a better, more sustainable future. MSUIT has not only recognized the significance of SDGs, but has also embraced them as a guiding principle in its operations. And as a matter of fact, during the first year of my term, one of the institutional change that we've done is really to align the mission of the university to sustainable development goals. That is why the mission of the university now reads, which provides that MSUIT shall provide quality education for the sustainable development of the nation and the global community. That's how we take so much, that's how we seriously take the importance of SDGs. The SDGs provide a comprehensive framework, as we all know, for addressing the world's most pressing challenges, including poverty, inequality, climate change, and environmental degradations. And this is the reasons why one of the things that we are also working on is how we can actually embed SDGs in the general education framework as its fundamental framework. They encourage us at the university to adopt a holistic approach that integrates economic, social, and environmental dimensions, aiming for sustainable development. The university has made several initiatives that offer sustainable solutions, minimize environmental degradations, optimize resource utilizations, and foster accessible healthcare initiatives, alternatives. And I'll try to briefly introduce some of the things that we've done along these initiatives. And I think one of the remarkable initiatives was in 2019, which is the Galansiyang bird project of the College of Computer Studies, which led to the creations of Galansiyang, a drone-based biomimicry technology startup that mirrors the behavior of Galansiyang bird and its capability to drop seeds within its desired areas. I will not delve much on this because this will be further explained by Mr. Gajudo. Other initiatives carried by the university, this is very recent, and I think some of you might have heard this or watched videos in some of our major news platforms, which is one of the products developed by our Center for Sustainable Polymer, a nicer project funded by the UST. This is what we call the CocoFlexSorb. This is a development of an oil-based absorbing material, a polyurethane foam that we call CocoFlexSorb. This CocoFlexSorb can actually absorb all types of oil, including that of bunker oil. We could have actually used this to absorb the oil spill. So we are still optimizing this CocoFlex because I think this is one major innovation that can actually address oil spills. This can mitigate the detrimental effects of oil spills on aquatic ecosystems, protecting marine life and ensuring the sustainability of our oceans. Furthermore, MSUIT has taken significant strides in turning mine tailing into recycled hollow blocks by transforming mine waste into construction materials. The university demonstrated its commitment to waste reduction and recycling. These initiatives not only minimize, we believe, environmental degradation caused by mine tailings, but also contributes to the construction industry, by providing them an eco-friendly alternative to traditional building materials. It is indeed a remarkable alternative to traditional building materials. The use of drones to check buildings cracks is yet another innovative project. IIT is fond of developing drones. Now we also have another drones now, which is actually another project of the College of Engineering. And this drone is equipped with a high-resolution cameras and sensors, and it can detect cracks in buildings. This will allow us to ensure that buildings, government infrastructures will not pose risk to people. In addition to these remarkable advancements, MSUIT has embraced the potential of community-grown plants in the development of drugs. By tapping into rich biodiversity of local communities, the university promotes sustainable practices while also addressing healthcare challenges. The utilizations of community-grown plants for medical purposes not only supports local economies, but also offers an alternative to traditional pharmaceuticals. And one of the new centers that we established within the PRISM, the Premier Research Institute for Science and Mathematics, is Center for Alternative Medicine. So building upon these transformative initiatives, MSUIT has taken a significant step toward establishing one of its institutes. And we just recently, last December, we were able to establish a new center, a policy center we call IPIL, Institute for Policy, Innovations and Leadership. And one of the centers within the institute is the Policy Center for Human Rights and Sustainability. We're trying to merge the fusion of human rights and SDGs in this policy center. So with the establishment of IPIL, MSUIT actively bridges the gap between knowledge and public policy. Through IPIL, MSUIT endeavors to ensure that the valuable knowledge generated within its academic community has a tangible impact on shaping policies that address pressing societal changes. So there's a lot of things that's going on in the university. I could go on with my sharing. I know that we are all excited to hear Mr. J. And so I think that's all that I can share for now. Thank you very much. It's truly an honor to join you in this beautiful afternoon's session. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. Yes, go ahead, Dr. F.
Oh yeah, thank you very much, Chancellor Dito Kalan, for such a very inspiring message and for informing everyone about some latest innovations at MSUIT, and then for emphasizing the colossal role of MSUIT in attaining the SDGs in partnership with everyone involved. So, okay mga ka-SDG, siguro paliparin na natin ang Galansiyang, no? Okay, so, but before that, I will introduce, I'll give some bio, I'll tell the bio of our next speaker. Mr. J. Gajudo is an entrepreneur and graduate of the College of Computer Studies at MSUIT. Has embarked on a remarkable journey defined by outstanding achievements and unwavering commitment to innovation, which started in 2019. Jay's exceptional skills and ingenuity earned him the Bronze Award at the FAN5 Global Hackathon in Seoul, South Korea. This recognition propelled him to represent the Philippines as a delegate at the esteemed Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum in Bangkok, Thailand. Continuing his pursuit of exploration and cutting-edge technology, Jay was nominated as a NASA Space Apps Global Nominee for Cagayan de Oro in 2020. And in 2022, he was the grand winner of the Leave a Nest Tech Planter Philippines competition in Iloilo, accompanied by accolades such as the Mitsubishi Award, the BIPROGY Award, and the Leave a Nest Award during the Tech Planter Asia Final 2022 in Singapore. Presently, Jay stands as the co-founder and CEO of Galansiyang Incorporated, an innovative Filipino-Japanese startup. In conjunction with their parent company, Leave a Nest Group, Galansiyang Incorporated launched a groundbreaking forest project in Tokyo on March 3, 2023, so just this year. Their mission is to establish an autonomous social system that harmonizes the relationship between forest and people, revolutionizing the forestry sector and tackling critical challenges. With this, Galansiyang Incorporated is forging a path toward a greener and more sustainable future in the Philippines. So to give us more detailed talk about his company, please welcome Mr. J. Arnel Gajudo.
Hi, good afternoon, maayong hapon sa tanan. And I'll be sharing my screen. Okay. Thank you, Sir Prime. Thank you, Sir Chancellor Ali Zedni, and especially also to Mark Liao for inviting me here. I was actually in Ateneo last time when I received the invitation. But anyway, did my screen pop out or may issue? Okay na po ba? Like,
full screen na lang po, Sir G. Thank you.
oh yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, this one. Galansiyang, which is we just built a new slogan, which is ang lasang nga gihulma sa atong mga kamot, in which is translate in English, a forest sculpted by our hands. So ito na yung bagong system and model namin aside from the using drone for seed ball dispersal. Anyway, Galansiyang is a startup. Our startup is a revolutionary reforestation startup. We wanted to empower communities and industries, especially mining company, the mining sector, which really needs help, and the government initiatives through a cutting-edge advancement in science and technology like seed ball biotechnology, the drones, and the GIS or geospatial technology. And we automate and streamline the ecological restoration process, leading the way to a new era of tree planting and redefining sustainable environmental practices. So that is about Galansiyang, that's us. And similar startups from abroad, this same with Galansiyang that uses drone and biotechnology in seeds are the Dentra system, which was actually in UK, and they're operating somewhere in South Africa, in Myanmar, I guess, in Southeast Asia for mangrove, and they did experiments. And most of their biggest clients are in Australia with the mining companies. Like after they mine out the areas, they need to rehabilitate, sort of that thing. And the drone set, which also they rebranded into Mass Forest, which is actually a US-based startup that originally uses drone, and currently right now they're on the carbon cap and trade and offsetting market. And as well as using, drones is still there, and they're also using other technologies like forest ICT or whatsoever that involves forest or using technology for the forest. And the air seed is actually a Australian company. It's still drone used like to seed and They are actually like in partnering with their government to do reforestation in the forest fire and also flash forest, which is also a Canadian startup, which basically after the Great Canadian Fire this year, that made New York really non-visible, is yeah, parang sila yung susunod na after mapula yung apoy, sila yung mag-reforest. So that's actually the similar startup with Galansiyang. So what we do here is we have tanom, which is basically tanim in Tagalog, but we are in Mindanao, Bisaya me, so we call it tanom. It's one of our services, which is a drone reforestation that includes aerial seeding and aerial top dressing of fertilizer. Yeah. And also we also wanted to solve one of the deepest issues in forestry sector, especially in our country, the forest monitoring, because we still don't have enough technology to count tree canopy using satellite images, and it requires a big amount of money. And this thing is, yeah, we're still under developing this and still under studying. So parang alpha type pa yung nagawa namin dito, the Lantawa, which is a digitized forest monitoring platform with drone scanning, GIS, remote sensing, and enhanced accuracy. And it will be uploaded to a Lantawa app or a forest monitoring platform with visual evidence and more transparent reporting. So the problem that we are trying to solve here is, of course, we all know deforestation is one of the second contributor to climate change after the burning of fossil fuel. And did you know that according to the World Meteorological Organization, that in between 1970 to 2009, the climate-related disaster killed 2 million deaths with a $3.64 trillion in losses, in economic losses. Ganun kalala yung sitwasyon natin. But that was like in 70s to 2019. And according to the World Bank, just the latest study from the World Bank, that climate change can also drive over 130 million people into poverty by the next 8 years, this 2030. And yeah, if hindi natin ma-mitigate or to achieve the at least minus 1.5 degrees Celsius attempt, this will happen. So we all know that our best weapon to fight the climate change and is actually our forest, the trees. Yeah, tropical forest carbon stock currently is 247 billion tons. And I guess this data is from Southeast Asia, not including Brazil. And which is actually equivalent to 494,000 Burj Khalifa building in approximate weight. So ganun kadami yung current natin na, but is basically not ganito kadami, mas madami before. Pero ito yung current status natin. So from 2015 to 2019, a current study conducted by Chinese people and in collaboration with Southeast Asian people is, according to them, that from 2015 to 2018, deforestation in seas, tropical forests emitted nearly 8 billion metric tons of carbon dioxide, which is actually equivalent, when we do the math, it's equivalent to 26.6 million rockets launches into this space. That's emission, like 26.6 million rockets. Parang we have to leave Earth if ganun kadami yung emission natin. And also, according to Swiss Re Institute, that ASEAN is actually one of the hard hit if we are not able to achieve the Paris Agreement, sort of. So if we'll increase 3.2 degrees Celsius, we have the severe case with an economic deterioration of negative 37.4%. Ganun kalala. So mahirap na nga tayo, mas mamahirapan pa tayo if we do not contribute in mitigating the climate change. So, and the Philippines, according to a joint statement of the UNDP, Biofin, and the DNR, that every day we are using 52 trees, and that's equivalent to 3 Quezon cities. That's every day. Imagine. So, bukas 52 trees again, equivalent to 3 size of the second, and so on. So, and the main problem right now is, according to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, is we are cutting more trees than we are planting. Bakit kaya? We are cutting more trees than we are planting. That is because up until this day, we still don't have advanced technology for reforestation to fight back the industrial scale deforestation. We have big machines, bulldozers, tsaka iba. We even have chainsaw, but our planting method is still traditional and it requires like human manual labor to do tree planting. And that's actually a setback in the forestry sector kasi parang napababayaan siya ng research and innovation dito. But that's the reason when we had our thesis, kasi Galansiyang is from a thesis in computer studies in MSU IIT. We are thinking of what if we will help this sector, because this needs helps a lot. Like they need technology para mapabilis yung reforestation or yung other forestry practices. So that's the thing that drives us to help them. So Galansiyang is basically a bird, which is the Asian glossy starling, or Galansiyang sa Bisaya pa. So I don't know what's the term with this kind of bird in Tagalog, but this Asian glossy starling. And we got the inspiration from this bird inspired by nature because we found out that this bird species is one of the best agent in spreading and dispersing seeds everywhere, making some trees and plants growing in wrong places, even in hostile places. I mean, look at those plant na nasa roof, nasa katabi ng air condition. As long as there is an irrigation, it will really grow. Nasa tropical tayo, so walang winter na magpo-pause ng pagtubo ng puno. So instead of a bird, because we cannot train bird to like, hey, ito yung gawin mo, pakakainin kita ng buto, tapos dun ka tatae sa empty lot. So we can and we also had a consultation with the Central Mindanao University here in Mindanao, which is in the Center for Biodiversity and Research Inspection, which is with Dr. Fulgent, to do seed research in just to determine the plant physiology before we do the actual drone planting reforestation. We wanted everything to be science based, and in our field, we don't have any natural science degree, mga technologists kami. So that's the reason that we love hearing advices and suggestion from the scientists dealing with plants, dealing with the forest and anything, and like tell us what to do, kung ano yung dapat gawin. So aside from that, to promote also socio-economic development is we buy seedable ingredients from the local farmers so that they can also earn extra income from their waste products. Kaysa naman itatapon nila yung rice or i-donate nila somewhere, or I don't know kung anong gagawin nila dyan. So we buy it. And aside from promoting the socio-economic development, we also pay the indigenous community near the area, which is the DNR, call it PO, People's Organization, giving them opportunity, a livelihood from making seed balls. And students and other sectors as well, another organization are also welcome to participate in seed ball making, helping the indigenous people to produce more seed balls in the area. So katulad nito, that we also engage the prisoners, the PDL, the people deprived with liberty in the BJMP of Ingog City to like make seed balls, and they are actually paid with that. So it's actually an in-prison livelihood. So pause muna ako, I have to drink. Okay. So this is our drones. We have fixed wing. This is for mining, for dispersal of cover crops, perennial plants like yung mga damo-damo lang. And we have also the green quadcopter and the octocopter, which is mainly for seed balls. And what we do here is, originally these are like agricultural drone intended to disperse liquid fertilizer, even like small fertilizer, solid fertilizer, pero yung mga maliliit na parang silica gel, parang ganun. So we modify it to drop convert it into a seed dropping technology. So we call this entire process datanome, which is the future of tree planting. And aside from that, we are also trying to develop a forest monitoring platform called Lantawa, which means Lantawa to see. It's a forest and carbon monitoring platform that somehow help us have the transparent vital information or rehabilitation progress at a faster rate and a wider reach with enhanced accuracy. If may pera na, baka naman. But anyway, we also had our first pilot test was conducted inside the mining tenements, partnering with one of the largest producer of literary technical ore and one of the most sustainable mining company in the Philippines, the Nickel Asia. Because it was after thesis, because of this pilot test, we've learned a lot on how we should do it. We changed our methods, we changed everything about how we do the proper ecological restoration. And of course they also have their biologists and foresters to tell us what to do. Ito yung gawin namin. And yeah, in this process, we fly a fixed wing drone to disperse initially the perennial plants, cover crop plants, to replenish the nutrients of the soil before proceeding to dropping seed balls. Kasi this is actually super viral and it will go to the first ecological succession. So na begin siya, it's not forest fire, na fertile na yung lupa. So what we have to do here is we have to revive the soil first, make the soil topsoil again. So in order to do that is we have to disperse like compost, manure, at saka ibang fertilizers, and of course cover crop seeds to replenish nutrients, and not just nutrients but also soil moisture before dropping of seed balls. And this was actually what happened. It was in the middle of the pandemic, hindi na kami nakabalik, tapos nag-end na yung contract in the middle of the pandemic. But their foresters sent us the result of the cover crop plants, and this is what it looks like. And yeah, last year ito yung mukha na niya, and comparing it to the same site before, when binalik na nila yung lupa, it's actually totally different. So in this time, this August, we are planning to drop 3 seeds na talaga, yan, seed balls. So as well as we are also having in talk, this is actually to be arranged, drone reforestation pilot project in Mindanao, together with our mother company, the Livanest Group in Japan, and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. And last March, as mentioned by Sir Prime, that we launched the Livanest Forest Project in Tokyo. That was March 3, which also have a vision to use to have a harmonized relationship of a human and the forest. So this is our engagement there, and there will be 12 companies who will provide us technology in the Philippines to just elevate our reforestation method. We have ACSL, which is also a drone company, Ibarra, which is a plumbing company, Kobashi Holdings, which is an agricultural company, and they also have like tractors, rovers, and any other technologies. Sagre is it's like a satellite image company, something like land management, and their CEO, which is also my same age, is part of the Forbes 30 under 30 in Forbes Asia 30 under 30. And Jetplan is a recycling company of PET bottles. Pioneer is something like furniture. Asitura Spinning is like a carpet. It's really weird because they're in different sectors, especially JR East Rail, which is a rail company. And what would the rail company do in the reforestation? Basically, maybe in funds, or everything will be to be arranged. And we have also BIPROGY, which is an IT, same with Focus System, and Uglena, which is an LJ company, and Oroto, a pharmaceutical company. So with this, with Japan, basically they are actually weird in everything. They can always look for solutions that relate everything in a forest project. So yeah. So in our first step on that is we also introduced the University of Tsukuba to the Caraga State University after the launching of the Livanest Forest Project in the Caraga State University last March. And with this, we wanted we wanted to see if they can collab the University of Tsukuba and the Caraga State University about the soil biotechnology to help our mining sector elevate their process of rehabilitation. And basically everything here is still in talks. At least we did something for our country that will like a global collaboration to helping each other. So aside from that last week, like exactly last week, we just finished this project Red Eye. It's a first government drone reforestation project in Bukidnon under the DOST Region 10 Bukidnon, and which is also partnered with the LG of Pangantucan, the DNR, under the CESC program of the DOST. And this is actually the location of the site, which is basically a 5.5 million project in the area is 4 hectare, which we expect the expected number of trees to grow is 24,000, around 24,000, and with a carbon offset of 532.7 tons of carbon per year, and will be 20 indigenous people are given a livelihood. Was actually given kasi tapos na a livelihood from making seed balls, and 6,000 people also benefit from the ecosystem services kasi this is the watershed of the Pangantucan. So what we are doing here is we wanted to create a wildlife bridge just to protect the water source from drought or anything else. So that's actually one mandate from the DNR. That's the reason why we sa daming sites na naano namin na pagpilian, ito yung gusto ni DNR. So this is what we actually do. Yung participation namin, tapos nag-scope kami ng seeds sa Pangantucan, and this is just a short video on how we do reforestation. So yung ginawa nila, yung drone, nilagyan ng seed balls and nilipad sa area, and the area basically is actually very slope. It's really hard for human beings to be there and plant seed balls. So ito yung best solution na nakita ni DOST at saka DNR to do it, and 16,344 seed balls ang ni-disperse at saka 2,000 raw Olayan seeds in the area, which is Kupang, Nara, Banaba, Olayan, and Balete, which contains 48,000 seeds. And this is actually the data of the flight pattern, and this is the expected, which is the visualization of the dispersal of the species inside the area. And so much from that, I guess we are running out of time. So this is just more of our achievements, which was mentioned so much. So maybe we can go for the question.
Okay, thank you very much, Jay, and back to Ma'am Dada.
No, yung ginawa talaga kanina nila, ginawa talaga nila ng ating special guest, ay talagang kamangha-mangha, no? Parang yung idea ng isang ibon na ginagawa ng ibon ay talagang parang ni-replicate nila using a drone, no? So, meron pa tayo pong mga katanungan sa ating mga panelists na nandito or even sa ating mga guests. Kung meron po, pakilagay po sa ating Q&A box or sa chat box. Or, ayan, meron na, I think. Ito. Galing kay Mr. Ken Palfulan, sabi niya, no? Sana, napakaganda noon. Sana naman ay magawa rin namin yan dito sa Romblon, ano? So I think pwedeng-pwede naman yang gawin. So nasa na yung ating speaker, mukhang hindi ko siya makita. Okay.
Parang naalis po siya, Ma'am Dada, sandali, and
Oo,
is trying to
I think
reconnect.
kanina din nagpuputol-putol yung yung kanyang tawag dito Zoom, no?
PowerPoint.
Oo, even yung siya na
Even yung connection.
nawawala-wala yung kanyang connection. Okay. Meantime, gusto ko lang pong ipaalala sa ating mga viewers and listeners na nandito. Meron na po tayo, nandito na po, nasa ating chat box yung inyong mga certificate. Kailangan nyo lang pong i-fill up yung evaluation form. Dito po sa link na nakalagay, pakiclick nyo yan. And then po, i-fill up, i-complete nyo yon para po kayo ay makakuha ng certificate.
And
Yes.
reminder lang din po para po sa ating mga next participants po for next week. Kapag nagkakaproblema po tayo sa registration, we can try alternative emails po. And if may problem pa rin po sa evaluation and sa registration, you can send an email po to Future Earth Philippines para po ma-assist po namin kayo.
Yon. So, kasi merong mga nagme-message sa atin na hindi sila makaregister, no? Kung meron kayong mga katanungan o pag nahihirapan mag-register, na lang po, paki-call yung attention, you can send email, pakilagay nyo siguro yung email address nyo, yung email address ng FEP dito sa ating chat box so they can email. No, kasi kung meron pong mga IT questions, medyo pagkatulad ko, hindi ko po masasagot yan. Maybe si Paul pero yung ating IT person, no? Ayan.
Okay na. Okay.
Okay. Ayan na si Mr. J. Okay.
Sorry po talaga, parang nawala yung connection ko. And I'm trying to share my video here. Sabi you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Okay, sige.
So maybe I can answer na lang the questions.
Ipo. Ayan, okay. Wala pa ako nakikitang tanong, pero ako siguro yung tanong ko sa Jay, no? Bakit tawag dito, at that very moment, no, nung naisip mo yung, or siguro, naisip mo yung ginagawa ng ibon, paano mo sa kaya mong gawin
Ma'am Dada, I think naka-mute po kayo.
No, hindi po ako naka-mute.
Hindi.
Hindi ako naka-mute, sir. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you po, ma'am.
Okay, sige, okay. Sige. Sir Ephraim, naka-mute yung ears mo. Joke. Anyway, sige, Jay.
Kasi
What made you give, ano yung nagbigay sa'yo ng inspiration at saka yung lakas ng loob to proceed and start the business or yung konsepto lang, nung kaibunan? Yes.
Oh yeah, kasi when I was a kid, I always wondering kung saan galing tong mga halaman na to. So when I read books about evolution or dispersal, galing daw yung Pilipinas sa dagat, nag-spring, di siya part of Banjaya. So I was thinking kung bakit may halaman dito, parang ganun. So yun, mga ibon pala, I mean, isa dun is mga ibon, yung ibang animals na nagdi-disperse. Tapos, bakit hindi nila magawa yun sa bundok? Well, I found out na it will actually take 100 years kasi walang ibon na sinadya talaga na puntahan dyan para tatae. Or dyan idadrop yung mga seeds. So, yun. Then, aside from that is, another thing is the Galansiyang bird is really something different kasi sa bahay namin, may isang puno ng mansanitas. It's actually a plant na favorite food nila. Tapos every time na kukuha sila ng food, kumakain sila sa aming bubong, sa roof gutter, may tumubo na isang mansanitas. That gives me a question, bakit napunta itong mansanitas na ito na nandyan naman yung mother plant? So I observe the behavior na doon pala sila magtatambay kasi may shadow or sort of. So doon ko nakita, okay, we can use drones. I'm confident on this. We are actually confident on this because the bird did it first. Parang ganun.
Sa tingin mo ba, are you confident na itong startup project mo can be replicated somewhere, hindi lang dun sa area kung nasaan kayo ngayon? Can you do it nationwide na talaga?
Yeah. That thing, we still need fund. Yung presentation ko kanina, if hindi siya naputol, yung Live a Nest Forest Project. Yeah, yun at saka yung 12 companies, hopefully, but we still need to do pilot testing first before we can actually do it full blast nationwide para malaman namin kung saan yung mga lapses namin at saka yung the best practices talaga. So, it must be like scientific, everything is scientific. So, hindi kami katulad ng ibang company na dretso tapos kasi sobrang nakakahiya if we fail.
Hindi naman. I don't think na mag-fail kayo, no? Kasi nakita natin kanina presentation mo, talagang parang talagang pinag-isipan, ano? Jay, so sa tingin mo ito na yung magiging state-of-the-art farming technology?
Yes, yeah, sa forestry, yeah, ito na talaga. Yeah, because we really need technology.
So at sa 3 pa lang yan, ano? So sa tingin mo sa mga regular farm produce natin, pwede din bang gamitin yan?
Actually, basically, yung drone namin, as I've mentioned earlier, is actually originally an agricultural drone. So, yeah, you can actually, like, the aerial top dressing of fertilizer, pwede yun. Or even like monitoring or the Lantawa system, which is like the best data that we can use is the banana tree. Kasi it's easier for the AI to recognize that this is banana tree species rather than the forest, iba-iba yung species, tapos same broccoli lang yung canopy.
Social.
So, yeah.
Anyway, ano ba yung mga setback na nakikita mo para para maging sa tingin mo makaka-hamper sa project na ito?
First thing is that kasi iba yung mga site namin is sobrang malayo. That's the transportation, our travel. So we have to, basically everything runs within the funds. So we need more funds. Yan yung major setback.
May mga funder dyan na may nakikinig. Ito na. Meron ditong sharing si Mr. Ken Palkulan. Balete tree can be planted in our forestal area. Pero marami ang takot kasi di pa rin naaalis ang kaisipan na ang puno na ito ay tirahan ng mga unseen creature or mga white ladies. Ako, hindi naman yan totoo, Sir Ken.
Yan yung actually, basically yan yung suggestion ng mayor ng LGU Pangantukan at saka DNR na we have to plant balite in the site kasi if we plant balite tapos grow yung balite, yung mga indigenous people will believe that this is an enchanting tree, bawal yun putulin. So yan yung ginagawang buffer sa entire site para hindi galawin yung area at saka hindi siya putulin. So that belief is actually an advantage in the forestry sector.
Ayan, okay. Sa Doc M, Academician M, meron po ba kayong katanungan? Kasi naka-open na yung mic ni Sir kaya alam ko. Sige, Sir.
Sa lahat, ang bilis ng Friday, Ma'am, Parang kahapon lang, ngayon, kita-kita na naman tayo.
Yes, Sir.
Ang tanong ko lang sa speaker, regarding doon sa drone, lahat ba ng klase ng seeds pwedeng i-disperse through the drone?
It depends on the size po, Doc. Kasi if we talk about durian, that's actually big seed. So
Yes.
like avocado, malaki yun. So, we need special technology for that. That's the reason na ongoing yung development ng rover namin sa Japan para saplings yung itatanim sa mga laking seed. So hindi lahat ng seeds but saka yung lang makapasok sa 30 mm na maximum diameter ng seed balls.
So, sa trials nyo ngayon, ano-ano yung mga seeds na nasubukan nyo ng i-disperse through the drone?
We have Nara, Kupang, Banaba. Yung Banaba ang sobrang liit pala. Same with Nara. Balete, as well as Balete is super, parang microscopic na siya. And then, yung Balete, Nara, Kupang, Banaba. Yan lang yung na-try namin sa Pangantukan.
So, mayroon ba kayong talagang pinupunterya o targeted na species ng trees na i-disperse nyo? Kasi yung banaba, hindi naman kailangan na i-disperse yun, di ba?
Yeah, pero ginawa namin seed balls. Basically, nag-depend kami sa advices ng kung anong gusto ng client. Tapos yan yung binigay ng ERDB sa amin through DOST, yung banaba. Tapos sobrang liit pala niya. Tapos we have to make it wet para hindi siya malilipad sa hangin.
So siguro maganda yung mga trace of economic values, like Nara, for instance, yung mga ganun.
Yeah, yung site kasi namin doon sa sir, sa Bukidnon, sa Mount Kalatungan is protected area, kaya yun yung binigay ni yung mga trees na wala siyang economic value but just like para ma-refall lang yung protected area kasi bawal ang even cutting of ferns is bawal din doon, but in open forest naman, sa ibang sites naman, pero in talks pa, hindi pa namin na-disperse, is they usually love yung when we talk the DNR 10 doon sa Quezon Bukidnon, they wanted durian. Then I was really shocked, paano yun durian? So we called Japan na we need rover to plant durian. Parang ganun, hindi na to pwede sa drone. So yeah, yung ibang sites more on with economic value. Tapos, yeah.
Okay, congratulations sa project nyo, Sana ma-duplicate ito sa ibang places in the country. Congratulations ulit.
Doc M,
Yes,
kailangan
thank you,
daw
Doc,
nila
and
ng funder eh. Kaya baka may kakilala kang funder. Yun ang kailangan.
Maghanap tayo, marami siguro dyan in chick na nangangailangan later on ng lumber sa business nila. I-approach yung mga ito, di ba?
Nako, Jay. Thank you, Doc M. Nako, Jay, meron ka ng mga fans dito. Sabi ni Miss Maria Mariluyap, ang galing-galing mo, sir, speaker. So informative ang talk nyo. Congratulations po and thank you for this enrichment, sir. O, ayan.
thank
Miss
you din.
Mariluyap. Ma'am Luli, NS Luli, do you have
Yeah,
question? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I was just wondering, kasi when you drop the seeds, isang klase ba ng seeds, or have you tried dropping a different mga iba-ibang klaseng seeds together para sa reforestation? Hindi ba mas mainam kung iba-iba yung trees?
Yes po, yung current project namin last week na finish is diverse species po of endemic seeds yung na-disperse namin. Yung mga Nara, Banaba, doon sa protected areas. And
Halo-halo sila.
Yes, dapat halo-halo. And it's basically in our practice in Galansiyang internally is we actually have to talk to the client na must be endemic and diverse. If they demanded for something invasive, so we have to create an agreement na kayo yung gusto, hindi kami just using our services. But basically, we are actually pushing to be endemic and diverse. Kasi may ibang client din kaming in agroforestry, tapos we found out that the area is near protected area and they wanted to plant alcatas. And dinideny namin yung offer nila. Hindi namin yun kaya. Kami yung masisira.
Great.
Yeah.
Ang galing-galing nitong technology nyo talaga na ginawa, and you're collaborating with others nga yung sa kahit sa Japan and the other companies. Yeah, mahusay.
Okay.
Great.
Ayan, talagang dumadami ang fan ni Jay eh. Jay, meron daw may isa ka pang fan dito, si Academician Ruben Villarreal, and meron daw siyang i-share sa'yo. Go ahead, Sir Academician Villarreal.
Dada, basahin mo muna yung comment ko.
Sige po. Asan ba yan, sir? If there is... Ayan, sige, sir. Go ahead.
Basahin mo na, nakalimutan ko na eh.
Ay! Nasaan mo, sir? Okay. Very impressive project. I pray for your success and hope that this model will be spread all over the country. Please show a photo of the most advanced project you have now. I am a tree lover, by the way. Academician Ruben L. Villarreal.
And now, my sharing.
Sige.
Well, unang-una, I am a plant breeder, a vegetable breeder. I have been exposed to this sowing by air. Ang na-experience ko, thousands and thousands of hectares sown to tomato in California. Kamatis, ha? But of course, the story is different. If it is a farm, well-prepared ang field, and everything is more or less under control, including irrigation. But what you are doing is something different. Ang tawag ko diri, suntok sa buwan. Pagkatapos ninyong maisabog ang mga buto, ang sasabihin natin ay, Lord, bahala ka na po sa kanila. So, yun ang aking tingin dyan. However, ang aking experience ay really mano-mano. Kaya nga lamang, in my campaign to planting trees, ang nangyari ay gigil na gigil magtanim, pagkatanim, tapos na. So we made a policy in our Rotary Club of Los Baños na kapag kami nagtanim, yung tinamnan namin ay sinusubaybayan namin ng at least 1 year hanggang sa maka-establish na. Dahil pagka naka-establish na yung plant, ay bahala na si Lord sa kanila. Pero if you will not follow up, if you will not alagaan for at least 1 year, walang mangyayari. And that is the defect of many tree planting activities, not only of the Department of Agriculture, but also of other civic organizations. After planting, after kudakan, bahala na kayo mga halaman. Kaya, again, yabang aside, ang Rotary Club of Los Baños, ang ginawa namin, nag-designate kami ng area. Tinam na namin, pagkatapos monthly pinupuntahan namin at nagtatabas kami ng damo hanggang sa maka-establish ang mga halaman ito. In similar manner, I established a tree project in Santa Maria, Laguna. At ang ginawa ko, during the first year, ay sinubaybayan namin. Monthly, nagpapatabas ako ng damo. Well, after a year, bahala na si Lord. At nakinabang ako. Nakapag-harvest ako after about 20 years ng napakagandang mahogany, nara, mulabe, at yung mga simpleng mga banaba. Meron pa akong dao. Alright, I think, modesty aside, yun yung aking mga ginagawa. As of now, itong aking bakuran, na-harvest na namin lahat yung itinanim ng mga anak ko nung sila ay nasa grade school pa.
Ang galing. O sir, 2
At
minutes,
yung aking
2
isang
minutes
anak,
ka na lang sir ha.
Isa pa.
2 minutes
At
na
yung
lang.
aking isang anak na magpagawa ng bahay ay pinadalang ko ng isang truckload na mahogany, nara.
Wow!
Ang nagtanim ay sila about 20-25 years ago.
Academician
Ako-
Villarreal, mukhang
maraming
mahina
salamat.
ako sa'yo. Hindi mo pa ako pinapadala ng truck ng ano ha. Hindi mo pa ako pinapadala ng mahogany. Anyway, meron pa...
Magpasyal ka sa bahay bukas.
Wow, talaga lang ha, sir. Thank you, Academician
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Teka
much.
muna, meron pang isang magtatanong. Before you call, meron kasi ditong phone in, hindi, text message question, pero ano daw, secret. Ang question is, Sir Jay, taken ka na daw ba?
Confidential po.
You refuse to answer on the grounds. Okay. Sige. Yes, Paul, go ahead. You have a question.
Before I proceed po, congratulations po. It's a very good project. Really, GIS and drone technology is the future of reforestation and other efforts. Itatanong ko lang po, gaano natin kadalas minomonitor yung mga reforested areas natin? Or,
yeah.
That's the
Yan
first
yung
one.
hindi ko na-include at saka na-highlight sa presentation. Basically part of the contract which is actually also given with us by the Ang advisors namin ng mga botanist ni Dr. Janice Manubag at saka yung sa CMU is we must have a buffer of 3 to 5 years to do monitoring, and since mahirap na pumunta sa site, so what we do is we use GIS image from Sentinel, yun sa satellite or sa NASA. Aside from that, if we can go to the site, we can use drones with for photogrammetry just to check the site para mas less na yung lakarin namin. So yung monitoring this is based on technology. But in the project that we had with UST Bukidnon dun sa Mount Kalatungan, it's protected area. We cannot do strip cutting like a proper soil presentation yung na-mention kanina ni Sir na we have to do strip cutting and soil preparation. But since it's protected area, may mga endemic at unique species daw ng fern. So the DNR wanted to do it like naturally dispersal. But with the practice that we wanted to implement is may soil preparation, seed preparation, tsaka yung seed i-check ng mga botanist yung seed kung ano yung best media for the seed ball, baka may add pa na good nutrients in this specific species, and then making of seed balls, dispersal, and then quarterly monitoring up to 3 to 5 years. Depende sa species ng But usually yung monitoring namin with the UST Bukidnon at saka DNR is 5 years yung nasa contract. So but still using technology like we have those technology naman eh. Yun.
Ayun nga po, and I would just like to thank you yung sa paggamit ng native and indigenous species. Yun lang po.
Yan.
Thank you po, Ma'am
Thank
Dada.
you, Paul. Okay. One last ito from anonymous attendee. I agree with Dr. Villarreal. In connection to this, is there a sustainability plan given to your client for the reforestation effort? Yan. Meron
Yes,
daw bang sustainability plan?
Yes, there's actually planning, and yung planning talaga yung pinaka crucial at saka yung pinakamatagal na process before we have to conduct a project. Kasi daming stakeholders, may PO, may LGU pa, we also have to consider the opinions from the environmentalists and even from the universities. Tapos we just have to point out, to look for yung exact point na magmamatch ang every stakeholders and agree on that terms, tapos proceed to planning based on that data. Tapos usually sila yung gagawan, we just like implement everything in what they said. Yeah, there is sustainability planning, especially sa mining companies, like they all do have that. They have that good practice.
Yan, nako. Sabi ko na nga ba, kulang ang isang oras no? But we've come to the end of our SDG Action Hour for this Friday, no? Pero mabilis ang Friday, no? Mabilis ang week, sabi nga ni Doc M, no? So we would like to thank you, nako, Jay, Neil, sa talagang sharing mo na I'm sure ang dami talagang nagpop-up na idea. But we are hoping you can come back next time para naman ikwento sa amin. Baka nadagdagan na yung mga areas o baka may mga talagang marami ng donors so we can really do the project nationwide, no? Like what you were planning, and may kwento mo sa amin kung ano na nangyari doon, paano nag-prosper yung sustainability plan, etc., etc. So we would want to know everything about that kasi napaka-exciting nitong project na to. So thank you so much, Jay. And also, of course, we would like to thank Chancellor Ali Sidney. Nandyan pa ba siya? Thank you, sir. And syempre, ang ating suki din dito na ating ka-works din, si Dr. Efraim Metilio, marami pong salamat for gracing our SDG Action Hour this afternoon. So with that, we would like to thank everybody, ating regular listeners at tagapanood sa ating Facebook. At ang episode po na ito, mapapanood nyo sa YouTube. So Jane, nandun ka sa YouTube. Mapapanood mo lang, i-type mo lang the Filipino SDG Action Hour. Makikita mo na yan. And so, yes, Paul, anything? Meron ka pa bang mga reminders yan?
Ayun po, na-send na po natin ang evaluation link, and for our participants to receive your certificates, please po pa-accomplish ng evaluation form, and pag nagka-problema nga po, email us, nasend na rin po namin yung email. So, we'll bump it up, so we'll wait for your
So, is it no? Tama ba yun, Paul? They cannot access or they will not be able to get a certificate without
The evaluation
completing
form.
the evaluation form.
Yes, pa.
So, kung hindi nila ma-download ang evaluation form, they just need to email. Okay?
Yes, pa.
Oh, marami pong salamat sa ating
Thank you very much po sa ating mga attendees.
sa ating usapan for this afternoon. See you again on Friday. Jay, manood ka uli sa Friday, ha? It's a different
Yeah.
naman.
Yeah, like ko din yung
Thank you very
Facebook
much,
ng Galansyang. Thank you.
Yes, yes,
Ay,
we will do
maraming
that.
salamat.
Thank you.